Man, this week the Marvel fandom was in a frenzy, basically for one reason, and that is Giancarlo Esposito. Now, Giancarlo Esposito has been teasing that he's going to be in the MCU. He's been at Comic-Cons over the past couple of weeks. I think there was a quote from either a month or two ago where he's talking about this. And then even last weekend, he was talking about it again. We made a video, I think like Tuesday or something, because I was convinced that he was Doctor Doom. And, well, wow, did we find out that that's not true. Because you see, this week created even more of a stir with this particular issue because Charles Murphy, an insider and scooper, talked about how Giancarlo Esposito was going to be in Captain America Brave New World. By the way, Captain America Brave New World doing a ton of reshoots again. Maybe they think adding Giancarlo Esposito is the move and that's going to fix the movie. Regardless, that's real. Like, he's on set. And the day after Charles Murphy reported this, Atlanta Filmmaking, who's another scooper out there, they posted a absolutely terrible sketch of what the character's going to look like in the film. Now, when that sketch came out, I immediately thought of something that I was talking to Rob from Comics Explained about, and we were talking about this Giancarlo thing on a stream on Thursday, and Rob had mentioned that he could be Abraham Cornelius. Now, Abraham Cornelius is a guy that helps to create the Weapon X program. He's responsible for taking the adamantium, fusing it to Wolverine's bones. Well, the very next morning, there's actual set footage of Giancarlo Esposito's stunt double on the set of Captain America Brave New World. And when I saw it, I was like, yes, oh my God, Rob was right, but I'm going to kind of downplay that. And I'm going to say that I was right. And I'm going to tell everybody that he's Abraham Cornelius. And I just thought it was awesome, man. It had all these concepts of like a Weapon X program because, look, to me, you got this guy wearing the glasses. That's really the only distinguishable thing, at least when we only had the photo of the actual stunt double, right? The kind of goofy looking guy. No offense to the stunt double. I'm sure he doesn't actually look that goofy, but damn, dude, the way they dressed this motherfucker, I mean, this is a goofy motherfucker. Well, the point is, when we just had that, I was like, dude, this Abraham Cornelius thing, for sure, he's got the glasses. He looks like it. And there are established rumors, guys, of the adamantium and Tiamat Island from the end of Eternals being a part of Captain America Brave New World. Like, Red Hulk's a part of it, Leader's a part of it, there's going to be other kind of Hulk-ish characters that are a part of it. So is Tiamat Island and the adamantium, because basically, like, the world is trying to do a arms race of superpowered people. And one of the ways they can do this is by creating their own super soldier programs. I mean, that is technically what the Hulk was, right? The idea of the Hulk is taking Steve Rogers' blood and that super soldier serum and trying to recreate it, and then it goes wrong and bam, Hulk. So there were a lot of reasons as to why I thought this would be Abraham Cornelius. And by the way, it still could be Abraham Cornelius, but there were even more set photos that came out of Giancarlo himself on the set. I'm a little nervous to show these ones because they got like a tag on them, and I'm not going to show. You can look on Twitter. It's basically the same as the guy that was the stunt double, except for the fact that this guy's 3 knives, a gun, and like a duster looking badass jacket. So he kind of goes from like Steve Urkel to like the Fonz meets Charles Bronson, and that's like a lot cooler, so that's good. But it's kind of thrown me as far as thinking he was Abraham Cornelius, because Abraham Cornelius is just a scientist. I don't think he straps on a bunch of knives and guns and a duster and goes all fucking wild out there, right? Because one of the other things we heard was that this character is an agent of chaos. They're not going to be a big part of the movie. It's like a tease. So maybe a post-credit scene, maybe they're in a couple of different scenes, but the inclusion of a stunt double means there's some kind of action. So maybe this is like a character that's going to just be sprinkled throughout the movie again, maybe to fix the whole film, and that's what the reshoots are about. And so I'm racking my brain, dude. I'm racking my brain. Who the fuck could Giancarlo Esposito be? Who is this Steve Urkel assassin with the knives and the swords and all that? So I think it still could be Abraham Cornelius. Perhaps in the MCU, Abraham Cornelius is a little bit more of a badass, and he's not just some scientist, and maybe what they're trying to do is establish him as a guy who already works for the super soldier program, like maybe a pre-established Weapon X program or something like that, right? Maybe this version of Abraham Cornelius is in the government, maybe trying to play a little bit of both sides and trying to get to the adamantiums to then go create Weapon X. And I mean, that's good, because if you have Giancarlo Esposito and he's playing a character like this guy, Abraham Cornelius, and you're going to do Weapon X as a series, which we'll talk about the series in just a second, then yeah, I think you got to change him, dude, because it feels like a waste to get Giancarlo's talents to just be some kind of scientist guy. Although that's similar to the character that he plays in The Boys, and so I could see a parallel here of him playing Cornelius. That's a leader, a scientist within an organization creating super soldiers. Like, it feels very similar to Edgar. But the point is, like, Giancarlo is a big name, big talent. I think he's awesome. I think he has a big fan base. A lot of people like this guy. So you shouldn't just bring him in for some kind of like meaningless super soldier scientist guy background figure type of a dude. Now, another big sort of key to this whole situation was Giancarlo saying that there's going to be a tease and then there will be a series afterwards. That's something that Charles Murphy has backed up as well. So that seems legit. Now, initially when I heard that, I thought Doctor Doom, because there were rumors that there's going to be a Doctor Doom show. In fact, I still think those rumors exist. Whether or not that'll actually happen, I don't know, but I heard from some very reliable people that that was true. And even in like the middle of this week, there were more people hitting me up. Like, I talk to people kind of in the DMs and try to figure this stuff out because I'm obsessed and I can't help myself. And other people I was talking to were like, yeah, the Doom show's probably real. He could be Doom in this movie. And I was like, damn, that's really crazy. But this is obviously not Doom, unless they're doing something really fucking weird with Doom. Please don't. But if Giancarlo said he's gonna be in a series and Charles Murphy's backing that up, then I believe them. I think this series is real. And so when I thought Abraham Cornelius, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna make a Weapon X show. And that could be freaking awesome. Like the origin of the MCU Wolverine, the origin of Sabretooth, the origin of a new Deadpool potentially, and just other things like Alpha Flight. You throw Alpha Flight into that mix. That's really cool. It kind of lines up with some stuff we've heard about the MCU X-Men plans. Basically, that Wolverine isn't going to be a part of the main team and could be involved in like Alpha Flight or something. And that could still be the way they are doing it. But after seeing Giancarlo with those knives and guns on his side, I just don't know, man. He kind of feels like an assassin type character to me. This could be an original character. And Giancarlo did say at one of these Comic-Cons that it could be a fresh an original character. Now, what kind of an original MCU character would be involved in the MCU's Captain America 4, which is about like Red Hulk and New Avengers happening, and also potentially Adamantium, Tiamat Island, and stuff like that? I don't really know. I still hope it ties to X-Men in some way, shape, or form, because I think X-Men is awesome. And if I were Marvel and I had major problems with my Captain America movie, I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, this isn't working out, but you know what? X-Men. And people, what do you mean? X-Men. Just throw them into the movie. Just fucking throw them into the movie. It's working. Just put the X-Men into the goddamn Captain America movie. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what they're doing. I also thought maybe this could be Kang. And I know that seems crazy, but there's a lot of different variants of Kang, and maybe they're doing something really weird by adding a variant of Kang that's different than Jonathan Majors into this movie and then explaining via a series why and how that happened. Like, I've been trying to rack my brain about these shows that might go into development soon. We've heard some stuff about like Nova. We've heard they want to go grounded. There is potential X-Men coming into the series, which again makes me think maybe Abraham Cornelius, like that's the guy. Like there's Hawkeye season 2 potentially on the way. There's maybe Young Avengers stuff on the way. I can't really think of it. I cannot think of a series that's been talked about that would involve a character like Giancarlo with all the knives and the guns and the stuff like that. Like, again, my best guess right now is that he's Abraham Cornelius. Perhaps they're doing a different version of the character and they're going to do Weapon X. But at this point, all bets are kind of off. I'm trying to see if anybody else is going to spill the beans. It could be an original character. Who knows how that original character could tie in to other things. But you would think that if you get Giancarlo Esposito and he's talking about a series, that's a big commitment. So he's in this movie, Captain America. They're bringing him in like kind of super last minute. They have some kind of really cool idea, and then they want a series and maybe more stuff after that. I don't know. But I think we almost know for sure that he's not Doctor Doom or Magneto or Professor X or Norman Osborn or anybody crazy like that. He's just this Steve Urkel assassin guy that may or may not make Wolverine. We'll see. But I gotta know what you guys think about this. So please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.